physical training, self-defense training, firearms training, situational awareness, and the warrior mindset. Welcome to the Condition 1 podcast. This is a podcast where we'll be talking about Welcome to the Condition 1 podcast. This is a podcast where we'll be talking about being ready. We'll also be speaking to victim survivors of physical encounters, how they dealt with the aftermath, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Hey guys, this is John from Riddle Defense. I'm taking a ride over to a local spot to get some coffee. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning, so I figured I'd take advantage of this and talk to you a little bit about parking lot safety. Okay, the FBI, according to their statistics, parking lot assaults with people in parking lots being assaulted is number 3 on the list. Number 1 is gas stations. And we can always go back. I did a video on the gas stations before. You can take a look at that and on safety in those areas. But in a parking lot, whether it be a strip center, a mall, or just going to grab a cup of coffee, when you pull into the lot, as we are right now, I want you to be able to see some movement, car movement, pedestrian movement, okay? And then look at what your objective. Where are you going? What store are you going to? And how far out do you have to park, okay? Again, it's going to depend on the time of day or the time of night, whether it's crowded or not. So when you pull in, okay, I want you to take a look at the parking lot and pan around and see where it's going to be safe for you. Take about 10 seconds to look for this, okay? See if there's anyone around, and then if you feel safe, pull into the spot like I just did, okay? Once you're in the spot, folks, we need to be sure that we have our gear together, all right? When we get ready to get out of the truck or the car, we don't want to be playing around here, laying dormant, because at this point, our minds are full with, okay, I got to get this, I got to get that, and then we're going to get out of the vehicle, we're going to go. So if there's someone there with bad intent, they're going to take that opportunity, that time where you're not moving in the vehicle, and they're going to make that approach. Now, you have the opportunity, may have the opportunity to back out of the spot, okay, and move on if that happens. Sometimes we don't. So your situational awareness, you have to be aware of what's going on around you when you pull into the spot. Once you have your things together, taking up another few seconds to look around the parking lot, okay? If you would, just pan around, okay? And take a look and see if there's any movement in the parking lot here, okay? And then make that decision, okay, I'm going to get out, we're going to start to move. So we're going to get out now. So once I got my safety belt off, okay, I got my gear together, and I'm getting ready to get out. So as I get out, I take a look around. I want to make sure it's clear. I want to make sure there's nobody suspicious around that may approach me, one, for money, or even try to rob me in this area, okay? So once I feel safe, I start my movement. Okay, so we're out here, I want to start my movement, and I'm starting to make my way to the store to get my coffee. All right, so as I'm doing that, as I'm walking, I'm just being aware of my surroundings. I'm looking around, watching things, picking up movement, picking up sounds. Do things seem normal for this parking lot? Does it seem normal for out in front of the store or the place that I'm getting ready to go to? Okay, so I want you to be sure of that as you're going from point A to point B. We do everything in reverse as we're coming back. As we leave the store, we come back out, we look around, we make sure everything looks normal. We start our way to the vehicle. As I'm approaching my vehicle, I want to look around the vehicle. Now, I don't want to be like an inspection of the vehicle, but I want to look around. I want to make sure that there's nobody undesirables, okay, so to speak, around the vehicle. When I get into my vehicle, close the door, start the engine, get the doors locked, move on, Okay, a lot of times I see people get in their vehicles and they stop and they're checking their phones. Look, when you're doing that, your situational is down in the drain, okay? So we want to make sure. We can always check phones, check messages and things after we get to a safe spot, okay? Keep this in mind when you're in parking lots. Again, the FBI says it's number 3 on a threat list of where things can happen to people. I guess it depends on where you live, okay? So be safe out there, and we'll stand by for some new videos coming out on safety in certain areas that we can go to, okay? Thanks, guys. Take care.